Hey lovelies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Are you looking to kickstart your career with vocational training program in Germany? Then this video is something you want to watch to the end. On today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys the different types of vocational training program, the platform you can get vocational training program, and how to apply for a vocational training program. Because I don't want this video to be ridiculously long, I made a part 2 of this video of the pros and cons of vocational training program and the major difference. So I went in details about the different types of vocational training program that we have in Germany. So without too much talking, let's get right into the video. So we have the school-based vocational training program, which combines basically just going to school, and then at some point you will have to do like a student practicas or do like a day job or like a Schnuppertag. So basically maybe you're doing a nursing Ausbildung, for example, and you choose the student or the school-based nursing program. Then you'll probably have to go to school for the duration of 3 years, which is the normal duration of most Ausbildungsberufe in Germany. And in that 3 years you have, let me say, school for 6 months, and then you have a practical for like a month or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever the case may be. So basically it combines school and practicals together, and you're not directly connected to a company. So every time you need to do a practical, you will have to like apply for a practical space with a company, and all your practicals are not necessarily with the same company. Most times it's actually different companies. Then we have the dual program, or the dual vocational program. The dual vocational program basically is the opposite of the school-based vocational training program. So you have a company that is always involved. Realistically, if you need a dual vocational training space, you will have to apply to a company. So let's say, for example, you want to do something with IT or anything, then you search for companies that has vocational training space or vocational training program that are based in the IT business. This company will then register you to the school, pay your monthly allowances, so you'll be put under a Azubi. Gehalt is more or less something, but it's obviously lesser than a full-time worker we earn in the same job. But you actually earn money from the company, while the school-based program is actually paid by BAföG, or you can apply for grants as Agentur für Arbeit. So there are bodies or there are organizations put in place to support you during your school-based program, and while you are doing the dual program, you actually get paid from the company that is employing you to do the program. Most Ausbildungsberufe in Germany takes 3 years. You have the option of verkürzen, so basically cutting the time short. This depends on your grade, or if you had an Ausbildung before, if you have Abitur. It depends on so many factors, but there is the possibility of shortening the period from 3 years to 2.5 years, or sometimes even up to 2 years. So you have the program also that is like 4 years, 4.5 years, and this program are mostly in the department of handwerkliche Berufe. So handwerkliche Berufe basically translates to handwork. So basically things like carpentry, builders, what's it called, road constructors, people that build like the train tracks. So basically everything that has to do with more körperlich, more body work and stuff, I would say it belongs to like handwerkliche Berufe. Most times these Berufe take more than 3 years, and obviously you can also verkürzen, which means you can also reduce the time frame. But most times the Vertrag, so the contract you're signing, is mostly going to be for like 4 years, 3.5 years, or 4.5 years in some cases as well. And like I said before, if you are doing the school-based program, websites like BAföG, if you go to BAföG on their webpage, you have the option of applying for grants. It also depends on so many factors if you get the grants or not. Websites like Agentur für Arbeit, they actually have a grant program that supports SchoolBased, so basically vocational trainees that are currently undergoing their program, also financially. And then we have job center, we have family and casting, we have different bodies that actually might help out depending on the situation of your Ausbildungsberufe. So that's something you might want to check out. But for the meantime, remember BAföG and Agentur für Arbeit, those are your primary bodies or primary organizations that are responsible for your payments when you are doing the school-based program. If you are doing the dual based program or the dual training program, so your salary is not enough to cover your housing, basically your lifestyle to a decent extent, you can apply for grants also from these same bodies, but it's more difficult as well. Now, with that being said, let's dive into the application process. Finding the right opportunity is the first step. Websites like Agentur für Arbeit, Ausbildung.de, Stepstone, Atsubayo are great resources for you to find Ausbildungsplätze or find vocational training spaces. On this website, you can search on vocational training spaces in the whole of Germany. I think on Ausbildung.de you can even do like a pre-test that you will have to like write your soft skills, your hard skills, what you're good at, what you're not so good at, and it actually gives you suggestion, that's the word, on the kind of vocational training program you should be looking at. So based on what you have or the quiz you have filled before then, right? So on this website I already mentioned, you can find vocational training program and apply directly to the company. Once you have found a suitable vocational training program or a space, make sure that you have your documents ready. So this complies of your CV, your results, your cover letter. Is there any special skills? Maybe you have a language certificate, anything that actually will help the process of you getting the vocational training space. You should have them in digital form and also name them accordingly. So you know, when you scan a PDF file and then it's just a PDF file, you should, if it's your CV that you scan, name it CV of, let me say your name is Jennifer blah blah blah. It actually makes work easier if you're working in the HR department. And sometimes, let's be honest, if you're an office worker, you know there's just some documents, the application process, you see it alone and then you're just like, okay, I'm not about to look at this. So I think having your documents in digital form, name them according to what the document is about, and make sure your cover letter is tailored to the Ausbildung that you are applying for. So if you're applying for a nursing Ausbildung and let's say you have a technical background and you keep mentioning, well, it might help in some cases, it depends on the department you want to, or the category of nursing that you want to go into, but then your CV, your cover letter should not be, you know, I work with database, I work with this, I work with that, like, because it doesn't necessarily, you can mention it, it's good to know, but it's not tailor-made to the Ausbildungsberuf that you're applying for, if that makes sense. But if you have done like a practical before in a hospital, that's something you should mention. If you have taken care of people before, be it an organization, be it FSJ, so FSJ is freiwilliges Schuljahr. So basically you do what Nigerian will call, I think, NYC. So you work for an organization for free, if that makes sense. You can also apply for grants. Also, BAföG, Agentur für Arbeit, those are the bodies that are responsible for grants. Anyways, back to our topic. Yeah, so if you have done like a FSJ before in the hospital, in a Pflegeheim, in a kindergarten, these are things you can mention in that application letter, for example. So the cocoa of the gist is, make sure your CV or your cover letters or your certificates, basically the whole application you are going to submit, is tailor-made and passend genau to the Ausbildung, die du ausgesucht hast, that you just looked out for. If you have a foreign qualification, then you might need to get this recognized in Germany. The Anerkennung in Deutschland portal is the best place for you to do this, as this is the most reliable website I have for you, or I can share with you. So check it out, know the requirements, make sure you have all your certificates are already recognized in Germany before application, prior to you applying for an Ausbildung Beruf in Germany. A non-EU citizen that are probably just moving to Germany, obviously you'll need a visa, you need a resident permit, you need all that stuff to even be able to apply for a job or a Ausbildung Beruf or anything you want to apply for in Germany. I think you already know that as well. If you don't know that, I'll put some YouTubers that are very detailed with how to apply for what visa and stuff in the description box below. You might want to check out their videos. So with that being said, let's recap a bit. We've talked about the website. You can find Ausbildung Beruf again, Agentur für Arbeit, Azubayo, Stepstone, Ausbildung.de. We've talked about you getting your certificate recognized at the Anerkennung in Deutschland website if these are not done yet. We've talked about you naming your document according to what the document is about. So don't just scan your CV and then it has PDF EFG 1 2 3 4 5 as a file name. Name it CV off, put your name, put the company you want to apply to. It makes work and life easier for you and the company that will be checking out your application. But I've also talked about where you can get grants from if you are applying for the school-based program, and also if you are doing the DUA vocational training program and your salary or your earning is not enough. Those websites that were mentioned, so Agentur für Arbeit, BAföG, can also help out. Worst case scenario, then we're talking about Job Center and other bodies that help out financially in Germany. So if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much. Make sure to give it a like, comment, share, subscribe. In a separate video, like I already said, I will be sharing the pros, the cons of vocational training program and my own personal experience, because I did a vocational training program. So my vocational training program is officially called Kauffrau für Spedition und Logistikdienstleistungen, which translates to a freight forwarder. Don't ask me why it's so long. That's German for you. And with that being said, I will see you guys on my next video. Vocational training, vocational, not good day. So if you now I've lost my line of thought. What was I saying before I started? If you have if you have a foreign